No matter how old we are, we have all grown up with these images of an African continent struggling to feed itself, heavily reliant on food aids from abroad. But today, this is old mindset. Africa is not only capable of feeding itself, but also the world.
The continent is home to largely untapped agricultural potential, powered by a treasure of diverse soils, climates, and ecosystems. Of course, harnessing such potential requires expertise. Anybody say science? For this, we happen to be at the right place, Mohammed VI Polytechnic University's experimental farm, a real-scale agricultural ecosystem located in Morocco's Hamaz region. Here, we meet scientists who spend their lives understanding the mysteries of African agriculture. You've probably heard of a superfood called quinoa. In Africa, it has the potential of being a super crop too.
Quinoa is a crop that is tolerant to drought, and it represents a promising culture for farmers in arid regions. So it can valorize the marginal soils and thrive in harsh environments. So quinoa was introduced recently in Hamna regions, and we are at the Agricultural Innovation and Technology Transfer Center working on the development of best agronomic practices for its cultivation. First, we evaluated the planting dates of quinoa, and our objective is to identify the appropriate planting date that will help us take advantage of water of the rainy season and also escape the high temperatures at the end of the growing season.
In Africa, the promise of adaptable crops is met with soils that are vulnerable, another research preoccupation at UM6P's experimental farm.
In the context of the scarcity of available land and water, cacti can be a potential species to mitigate and to capture the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and sequester it in the vegetation. It may adapt to such climatic changes better and utilize land unfit for food, and also make the carbon sequestration dynamic faster. So in an area such as the Hamna, the cactus can be a potential species that can be used to rehabilitate degraded lands, to mitigate the impact of the drought.
Much like other industries, agriculture happens to be an emitter of greenhouse gas emission too. In Africa, sustainable agriculture also means avoiding practices that contributed to global warming elsewhere. But how do we do that?
There are many management practices that can help both carbon sequestration in Morocco and Africa, like the no-till system, which is a system that can help the crops to resist more to drought, which can improve their productivity and also sequester carbon in soil that can be later sold into the carbon market. Also, there is, for example, in Africa, a better use of fertilizer, especially phosphorus, which can help the plant to grow better, have a higher productivity, but also in the same time, it's increasing the root system of the plant, which increases the carbon that can be also sold later into the carbon market.
There's a number that keeps coming up these days. Africa may be home to more than 60% of the world's arable lands, a cause for enthusiasm. But our continent cannot afford to be simplistic about it.
As you witnessed, our communities of scientists at UM6P continue to be at the forefront of these issues. For our continent, food security is a major challenge, and with its brain power, Africa is capable of meeting it the right way, the sustainable way.